Today we're here at a heritage spot, Toi Uku Crown Lynn Clayworks Museum. It's located in the heart of New Lynn. Now, let's get to know more about our past and this heritage place.
It opened in 2015, but the whole story started at about 2005 when the Portage Ceramics Trust was formed to purchase a collection of Crown Lynn from a man called Richard Quinn. And Richard Quinn was obsessed with Crown Lynn and collected it, but he also dug in the ground behind the factory and he dug up shards. And when the factory closed, he went into the factory and took things away, including some archives and some tools and equipment used to make Crown Lynn. So he had amassed this amazing collection of 4,000 or 5,000 objects, which are now in this museum. New Lynn has a source of clay, and so from the 1860s there were people around here making bricks. On this very site, Gardner Brothers and Parker set up a brickworks here, and then some of those big companies amalgamated into a really big company called Amalgamated Brick and Pipe Company Limited, and eventually that became Crown Lynn in the 1940s, and they became a really big company by New Zealand standards, and operated until 1989 in New Lynn, covering the whole block that where Countdown in that area is now. Through the ages, Crown Lynn has adapted to the types of products that the country needed. So in the early days, they started making tiles for meatworks, and then they went into electrical components. So they made radiator bars for heaters, and electric fence insulators. And then they started getting into domestic ware, and they kind of used the same technology. So they made things like hot water bottles. And during World War II, they were asked to make bowls for the US forces who were based in some places around New Zealand. They made heaps of different kinds of vases, and in our collection we've got a lot of those. The iconic swan vase is very sought after by collectors. They made wares that made life easier for women. For example, a range called Cook and Serve, where they could take the item from the oven and put it straight in the fridge, and it could handle that and it didn't crack or anything like that. They also produced coffee pots and a range called coffee cans, which were basically cups and saucers. We do have a series of talks that we offer to groups. We charge $10 a head for that, and we also have a coffee cart. This exhibition went in after the first lockdown. This tells the story of the early brick and pipe industry that came before Crown Lynn. So these objects here are from that era, from the 1860s up to sort of 1900-ish. So we have some actual bricks from this area, some brick moulds that were used to make bricks by hand, and early brick presses that you can see down there. Other tools and equipment, barrows to carry the bricks around, plus pipe making tools, because they also made pipes, they made roof tiles, and lots of other ceramic objects. Well, I would like to see the people of New Lynn, people who live around here, to come and learn about the history of New Lynn, because it helps to know a little bit about where you live and give you a sense of belonging.
We definitely did learn a lot more about our past, so definitely do visit and see the hidden jewel of Crown Lynn in New Lynn.